guys, what's going on? It's Scott from Fly Rides. I am out here today with the top 10 eMTBs of 2019. These are all going to be bikes from 2019. What we're doing that's a little bit different than the rest of the guys who are doing these videos, we understand that not every single person is looking for a $10,000 e-bike. So we've broken down into categories right here. So we've got entry-level bikes, mid-level bikes, and then the premium bikes for you as well. So pretty much we're going to just give a widespread for you guys and just let you know our favorite bikes of 2019. Watch on, you'll see us out on the trails. All right, let's check them out. Your Fly Rides team has been in the business for about 10 years, so we've seen things come and go. We know what's going to last, and we also ride every day. These are all going to be US spec'd out bikes. A lot of times the European models are going to, vary just a little bit, but these are going to be all American, all 2019 e-bikes. Let's check them out. All right, guys, we're starting off with the entry-level bikes. These will be bikes that'll get you out the door under $5 grand here. You've got the Haibike XDURO AllMtn 2.0, the Haibike SDURO Fullseven LT 3.0, and the Bulls Twenty9 Evo. Some of you might be surprised to see a hardtail on this list, but I think this is a solid trail bike. It's got 29er wheels, a Shimano Dior group set, and a Suntour fork with 100 millimeters of travel. That's going to be great for riders who are just getting into the sport. You can also commute on it. It's a Bosch Performance CX motor, so a really solid option if you're just getting into it. Next up, we've got the Haibike SDURO Fullseven LT 3.0. Full suspension, comes at a really low price point, and is going to get you on some good cross-country trails and some decent downhill as well. So if you're still a beginner but looking for a full suspension upgrade, this is the way to go. Undisputed champion in the entry level is the XDURO AllMtn 2.0. Haibike is really crushing the entry-level market this year. You've got a Yari fork on there with 160 millimeters of travel, a PWX motor, 80 newton meters of torque, and 500 watt-hour battery on that. And it's pretty aggressively built. You can do some serious stuff with this. A 74-degree seat tube angle and a 66-degree head tube angle. Mid-level bikes are ranging in price from $5,000 to $7,000. You've got the Cube Stereo Hybrid 140 SL, the Specialized Turbo Levo Comp, the Haro Shift Plus IO9, and the Bulls eStream EVO AM4. The Bulls eStream EVO AM4 S-Mag could make this list on battery life alone. That's 750 watt-hours in one battery, you guys. Bulls matches that with the Shimano Dior XT 11-speed drivetrain and a Fox Rhythm fork in the front on 36mm stanchions, and you've got yourself set up with a pretty badass eMTB. The Specialized Turbo Levo Comp has always been a favorite. You get a Revelation fork with 150mm of travel, a SRAM GX 11-speed drivetrain, and also the Bros S Mag. This is basically the perfect single-track bike. You are not going to get a lot of pedal bob even at high speeds. It climbs incredibly well because the geometry is so dialed in, and it's a lot better, a lot more powerful than last year's model as well. Get on the Haro Shift Plus IO9 if you're looking for a teched-out bike that will not break the bank. Di2 shifting, 11-speed Shimano Dior XT drivetrain, and a Revelation fork with 140mm of travel. A great all-around mountain bike. The Cube Stereo Hybrid 140 SL is best in class for the mid-level bikes. You got Fox suspension on there and a Shimano Dior XT drivetrain, but the real reason is because they are doing Bosch integration better than anybody else right now. Their power tube setup is far and beyond any other competitor out there. Get on this bike as soon as you can. It's great value. Our premium bikes will run $7K and up. We've got the Bulls E-Core EVO Di2, the S-Works Turbo Levo, and the Pivot Shuttle for you guys. The Pivot Shuttle is still the premium full carbon e-mountain bike in my opinion. It's got the Shimano Steps E8000 motor with Di2 Shimano shifting as well. It's a plush single track rider that can only be offered from Pivot thanks to their DW Link system, along with the Fox Performance Elite 36 fork and the Fox DPX2 in the back. Next up, we've got the Bulls E-Core EVO EN Di2. This is the most anticipated eMTB of the year, and it's the only enduro bike that I would recommend. Bulls used the Shimano Steps E8000 motor along with electronic Di2 shifting on a DRXT derailleur, and it's incredible in terms of its drivetrain. You've got 180 millimeters of travel front and rear, a Lyric fork in the front, and a Fox Float X2 in the back. This thing is perfect for enduro usage. Bulls has really crushed it with this. It will probably come as no shock that the Specialized S-Works Turbo Levo is the winner in the premium category for our top 10 eMTBs. This bike is absolutely absurd, guys. 700 watt-hour battery. That pairs with a Bros S-Mag motor, Fox Kashima coated everything you can get, 36 millimeter stanchions on Fox factory fork right there, and it's 150 millimeters of travel. I'm sure you guys know the spec, but this bike rides beautifully. It is so smooth, it's just buttery as hell. If this bike is in your price range, don't bother looking anywhere else, just pick one up. Before we get into the best overall e-bike of the year, we do have a couple of honorable mentions we want to throw out there. First up, we got the Rocky Mountain Altitude Power Play. This is a solid bike for you guys. It's going to climb really, really well. It's got a 48 volt battery, which means that it's going to recharge very quickly. It's about 2 hours to 80%. Which is pretty, frankly, incredible. The only reason it's not on the top 10 list for us is that it's a little bit of an untested motor. It's very powerful, but we are interested to see how it lasts long-term first. Next up, we got the Riese Muller Delite Mountain, which is going to be more of a bikepacking mountain bike. So for those of you who are looking for adventuring over downhill speed and anything like that, this is going to be a great option. So you've got 1,000 watt hours on the Bosch Performance CX motor. That's going to be able to take you at least 100 miles, I would say. In our testing, we were climbing about 30 miles a day and still will come back with about 50% of the battery, I would say. Really, really solid bike if you're looking for a bikepacking bike. The Norco Sight is probably my 5th favorite eMTB in that middle range e-bikes. It's a fantastic downhill bike. It's very playful, 160 millimeters of travel front and rear. It's a great enduro bike. My only thing with this guy is it didn't climb quite as well as I wanted to on the really steep hills, but if you're just looking for something to kind of help you up hills where you're still going to have to work, this is a fantastic option because it's going to kill on the downhills. Really fantastic bike if you're looking for downhill mostly. All right, guys, that brings us to our number 1 eMTB of the year. You might recognize it already. It is the Cube Stereo Hybrid 140 SL. When you take into consideration price and what you get for that price, this is definitely the best e-bike. It really breathes some life into the Bosch system, which the power tube had yet to impress me until I got on this bike. It's a premium feeling bike for a mid-level price because Cube picks and chooses where they're going to save money on components really, really wisely here. You're still getting top-of-the-line tires, the suspension feels great, a Shimano DRXT 11-speed drivetrain, and of course, the Bosch Performance CX motor is an eMTB classic. So that is our top 10 eMTBs of 2019, you guys. Big shout out to Grammatic for the song, for the backtrack of this. Like and subscribe to this channel. Let us know which bikes you want to see in depth. We will do most of these bikes in depth, but it would be helpful to know what you guys are most interested in. And yeah, leave a comment. Let us know what you thought. Like the video, please, and we'll see you guys soon. Peace out.